Alright, ready or not, here's how it goes. The showcase for Computer Tycoon. So, to start off this video, I want to note that I basically received a free copy of this game to show it off, but I didn't actually do a video for it right away. Let's go new game here. Start game. You see, this is a game that's currently in early access on Steam. But by the developer's own admission, if you look at this starting little written text here. I'm a solo developer and this is my first title. It is in the alpha state. So this is very much a game that it's currently very early. And I'm not really content to be jumping into it, but I've had it for at least 2 months this game. It's been sitting on my desktop. I really do want to at least do a showcase game, showcase for it, so we're just gonna get it out of the way. Now, I'll note that there's no tutorial in this game. Basically, it's got these little blurbs that basically you can go through and basically explain how to win and all that, but we're just gonna skip it and I'm just gonna try and wing it, shall we say. So essentially, this is a marketing game, and you're basically a CEO of a computer company. Your goal is either to survive until the end game, basically to win. I can't remember what the exact date is, or you basically have to monopolize the world and force all your competitors out of the running. Now, basically, it's a random mode, so you note that stuff I'll just look at some of the details here. If you look at Mali here, for example, let's say it's got population of whatever, wealth of poverty. Basically, a lot of these countries in this game is going to be randomized. So you have Canada here has some poverty, the United States is poor, Mexico's in poverty, Cuba's poor. Let's try and find a rich one. So Paraguay's apparently average economy for some reason, even though it's a landlocked country. Uruguay's average. We'll go to Europe. Okay, France is rich apparently. United Kingdom's in poverty. Basically, what this game does is, it's basically playing a random mode right now where all the countries have randomized economic details. So you'll have countries that basically Soviet era countries being really rich, for example, Russia's average, Ukraine's poverty, I guess. Well, not rich this time around, but one of them is. Latvia's rich. Basically, how this game works, it's randomizing the economic data at the start of the game. Currently, there will be a historical mode which basically has Soviet bloc era stuff going on, but early on, basically it's in the early access here, it's gonna have randomized going because it's basically the replayable mode. We basically start a game, you just basically try and get as far as you can and all that. Alright, let's see here. I have to find a country to basically start off in, so it's recommended you start in a poor average country early on, so let's look around for one of those, I guess. Liberia might be a good one to jump into, so let's buy rights to basically go here. Basically, you got a bunch of money to start with, and logistics points. You have basically 2 logistics points to start off with, so we'll buy Liberia, and I can build some stuff here. We establish here an industrial site, basically just for building up stuff. So the upfront cost for this will be 1 million of this. Monthly cost will be that much. This is basically gonna be an industrial site where we build stuff. So I need to build a factory. This gives you purchasing power. Without a factory, you cannot build computers. Poor countries basically let you build better factories because you have cheaper maintenance. So we're gonna build ourselves a factory. After a while, offices are mandatory for other buildings and also gives upkeep bonuses per level. Don't build it on an empty building site. So that's something we'll build later. Laboratories give you RP to invent new technology. Rich countries are better for laboratories. So basically, this is why you want to start with an average country or a poor country. Basically, stuff like research and stuff you don't do right away. But just for this video, I'll basically do a laboratory. I'll build a laboratory for research and stuff. Marketing gives you better marketing tools for per level. Also, build more and other building sites will increase the effect of your tools. So we'll build a marketing place. It just give you LP to get expanded to more countries. Basically, this lets you build in other countries. So build more of those. Recreation is something I can wait for a little bit because basically it lets you build better stuff. So for higher level factories, you'll need recreation stuff, but that'll be something I'll do later. Your time really is horrible, Cornish. I'm really, really sorry. Alright, well, let's see. I'm in Liberia right now. Apparently Sierra Leone is also, like, average, but let's try and look around for other countries around us. Guinea's rich. It's basically just like, you know, thinking about economic stuff. Basically, the African countries here are basically showing really rich stuff over here for some reason. Now, notice, by the way, that Brazil's got a population of 8,000, but its wealth is poor. Basically, like, you know, how this game works, countries with lots of population and, like, wealth will basically raise up, like, the, like, you know, starting cost and logistics price for stuff. So, you need a lot of logistics for, like, say, a country like Brazil here. But something like, you know, Suriname here, which is basically a lot less, that only creates, like, you know, one and has a starting cost of this much. Basically, to start from the ground up, so to speak, in this game. Let's go from there. There's Spain. That's pretty expensive to start in, so we're not going to worry about it. There's Portugal. Also pretty expensive, but not as bad. Now, noticeably, by the way, Antarctica also has a population down here. So if you want to, you can make like an Antarctic empire. But we're going to hold off on that, I think. Madagascar looks pretty damn good, but we'll worry about some other time, I think. I'm looking for like a country that's like, you know, poverty or poor with about 5 million people. That's pretty good. The Cameroon's basically got it's a little bit too high. Probably a little bit easier than that. Oh well. Basically, like you want to use like, you know, you want to buy at least 2 countries right away. I could go for Senegal over here, but, you know, as you can see, it's basically want to get like your bang for a buck early on. Yeah, these countries basically got high population in the United States and apparently Canada, but Cuba's pretty high. Now, I don't think there's like anything like naval type of ideas going on in this game, so you can basically build like a you know, a factory here in Liberia, and then halfway around the world you can build something else. And it really won't do anything bad to you or anything, which is nice. It kind of doesn't make sense, of course, but you know, whatever. Republic of the Congo. That's not too bad. But I think I'll go to Gabon here. Let's go to Gabon here. And we'll start building some stuff. Maybe. Everything has a cost in it, by the way, so you have to be really careful where you, like, you know, purchase your stuff. Basically, what I'm doing right now, I'm basically buying the rights to sell in this country. So right now, I'm going to build stuff in Liberia here, and I'll basically start selling over here in Gabon here, hopefully. Eventually, later on, I'll find like a rich country. I'll basically start like building stuff in them. So I'll build like research in like France or something like that, or where's another, you know, rich country? I could go up here to Latvia basically and start like, you know, doing rich stuff up here. But anyhow, let's just get the clock going, I guess, at this point. Or actually, no, I have to do something else. Basically, you're selling computers in this game, right? So you actually have to build like models for computers. So you have to like build like computers and stuff like that. So you start off with like building up home computers. And basically you have to, like, you know, build, like, you know, a home computer. Earlier, people could see computers only in laboratories or nuclear plants. Today, you can have one at home. So basically, like, we're at the start of it where we're actually building, like, my computers, so we just build her up, I guess. Alright, so I have to add some, like, you know, components to it. So basically, I have to have, like, an operating system. a display, basically all the components of the computer, for example. So, CPU, and let's see here. I'm not exactly sure what everything does. Basically, what the idea of this game is, you want to like sort of like make like computers that like excel in one thing or excel in another thing. So, you know what? Let's just go. Let's see here. Alright, so basically we're going to try to build... What we're basically going to go for is like a low budget type of computer, I think, to start off with, so... Let's build this. And we'll add to computer. We're basically going to build all the components, right? So... There's the CPU. Now I have to get the MOBO circuits. Basically, like you're adjusting like the sliders and stuff. Now I don't really care about quality at this point. I just want to make stuff like price right, so we want to make this budget conscious, basically. There's the MOBO. Let's go for power. Basically, low conscious stuff. Add that to computer. Here's the memory. We'll do that. Add that to computer. I need a display. Display is basically like, or how like you find out stuff about your thing. No, that's important, so let's drop them all down. And we have like storage and operating system and stuff. We'll get that going. Graphics are important to create an appealing product. Computers aren't different in that. These devices will make it faster and more powerful to work with graphics. I don't think you can build like removable media or GPU sort of way, so we'll get an operating system here. I will boost up ease of use because that's sort of important. So, add to computer. Now, I think that's all you basically need. Now, if I wanted to, I could put this right on the market, but getting like feedback and stuff lets you basically like, save design, create prototypes, stuff like that. Basically, this is like how you can polish it to make it a little bit better.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
So yeah, basically we're going to create a prototype for it. If you want to get feedback, so bring your computer to market. With this button, you can skip the prototype testing and polishing period as well. You can keep one product only for 5 years on the market. Basically, after 5 years, the stuff will go bankrupt, or won't go bankrupt. It'll go obsolete. So you have to replace it, but whatever. We're basically just gonna like, you know, prototype that, see how it goes. Now research is pretty important. You'll basically have to research new stuff. Basically to like, improve like your technologies and such. So for example, I could get research in like, batteries. That's cheap and retains capacity well, so that's good to get. Maybe that's already done. Yeah. So basically we can add stuff basically to do here. So I can have like, a keyboard. No more switches. You will be able, you will be so addicted in that in a century you will forget about handwriting. Basically like, a little cheap stuff in there, but whatever. Let's see here, what have we got? Basic input output system. That's probably good to get. We'll do a little bit of research on BIOS here. That's also good to get. We'll add a sound chip. Let's get that going. So basically there's some stuff I can basically research there. Now I'm no expert on what you're basically supposed to do, but basically like, you have to manage like different things and all that, and it's like go from there. Alright, so I basically have like one site. You have no marketing department, so that'll basically come later, but basically marketing becomes more and more of an issue later on in the game. Alright, let's go to Liberia. If I do this, you'll basically see me slowly build up my thing here. Basically, you can see like the chance of basically upgrading it and all that. There's my laboratory slowly getting built up. My marketing department. Logistics. Factory's taking along because the factory is basically a low building. Now you can upgrade these factories and like other buildings to like higher levels, but early on you just want to keep it very low for maintenance costs, because the more you upgrade these, the higher the maintenance gets. So obviously you want to keep the maintenance down, and it's like only build what you need early on.
Your building upgrade has completed.
All right, that's done. If I go to my computers, testing and polish is still going on for 15 days, so we're just going to keep doing that for now. Let's speed this up a little bit.
Your new computer model is polished.
Alright, so there we go. We basically polished a new computer. We'll be able to send it out basically to get sold, so bring your computer to market. With this button you can skip the prototype, testing, and polishing period as well. Basically, market it. Set the price. Whoops, okay, so that's the recommended price. Alright, so the recommended price is basically 856. Alright, let's go with that. You have to be very careful of like price, because honestly, like, if your price is too high, people won't buy it, and if your competitors have like lower prices, they might buy that instead. Well, it depends on like what computers you're like sort of marketing. Basically, if the competitors you're basically fighting against have computers that are like high quality versus your low quality one, you're basically targeting different markets. So if people like want like low quality computers, they'll go after you instead of like the competitors. So we'll market it, and I'll basically go. So currently I've got sold 0, but basically we'll start like selling them over time. Now you can basically see like blue here basically represents like, you know, my company, I guess. The Dom company is my company. Up here you'll see like, you know, this guy's got like, you know, big computer up there in Austria. Apparently got one in Korea over here, cheap and great. So yeah, my competitors are popping into the map. Now if I want to do like billboards, basically try and, you know, get people into like my stuff, so let's advertise easy of use or value for money perhaps. That's really what we're after. And Gabon might be better because they got like, you know, more people there. Gabon bills. That started. Basically, there's a little bit of marketing going on. You can see like how we're basically selling now. So basically, like I've sold 17, 25. Now, there's a lot of like information like obviously take into this game. You'll have to basically like, you know, manage it versus like your opponents. So. Market share in the actual month. They have both of the Koreas up there, yellow. Oh, there's a guy over here in Panama. Now, there should be, like, I think, like 10 competitors, including yourself, so there should be lots of colors eventually. Eventually, market shares will start like popping on these other stuff too. So for right now, we're basically making positive money, I think. We're basically selling off our computers here, which is good. We want to be making money, and we're doing pretty well, I think. I should probably know a little bit about like, you know, different things here. Basically, you have like, you know, different like things that these people want. So. Easy use is basically what they want in Gabon, so I sort of messed up in the fact that they probably wanted to have like features over here, but whatever. I actually should probably be going over here in Liberia and selling them that stuff, so let's go to marketing, let's go to Liberia instead. Maybe we'll be able to sell off more there. Kind of got someone down here now, so... Swaziland has this guy right here. Purple. Austria expanded over here to Switzerland apparently, so he's going after landlocked countries for some reason. I suppose it doesn't really matter if it's landlocked or not, but whatever. Now, as like you keep going on, you'll basically get more and more like, you know, logistics power to basically do stuff. Going to Ivory Coast is probably good for me because look at that high like green right there I got right here. That'd be ideal for selling my stuff. So probably should go after them if I was like, you know, looking to maximize my money. Now, you lose this game by going bankrupt, obviously, so you don't want to go below, like, your CTD there. You go below, then, like, you're in trouble. Let's just fast forward a little bit in time. See how it goes. I'm selling my computers, doing quite well. It should be possible to, like, you know, see, like, you know, what the opponents are doing and all that. Oh, this guy's already in 3 countries. There is no loans at this point, there's no banking system, but eventually there will be. Green's over there, apparently. Yes, the computer, or not computer noises, the sound in this game can be a little bit repetitive, but it's nice. So green's over there in that area. Now, you can avoid, like, you know, basically, like, your opponents if you want to in this game, but eventually you'll want to, like, confront them if you want to bankrupt them. That's sort of the point of this game. I want to bankrupt the competition, like, you know, win the game. I think it's up here, apparently. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it matters where, like, you know, where, like, you have, like, your stuff going on. There's no, like, shipping concerns in this game. Which is fine, I guess. Okay, we got purple over here. I can't tell if, I fancy a different color from this guy. Oh, we have someone actually near me, so we got Sierra Leone basically, with cheap and great, so they're the guys over there. They might be doing budget computers, I don't know. Teal's over here, apparently, in Israel. Well, that's something. They actually have Palestine in here. Ridiculous. That's actually something else. They have like all like the current like 2016 like countries. So you got like Western Sahara here. You got South Sudan over there. All the countries in the world are basically in here. At this point. There's a few excluded, like Monaco's not included over here. I don't think there's any like Singapore down here. Nope, there's Singapore. Hi, Singapore. I'm surprised then. Why is Monaco not here? Monaco should be around here somewhere. San Marino's up there. Well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so Ivory Coast, I could buy this. And then I could go like to my marketing here. And it could be like, let's advertise in Ivory Coast. So there we go. Not sure how that works, but whatever. You'll basically, wow, what happened there? Apparently the dominant force here is this guy here. Yellow. Apparently Yellow's coming after me, apparently trying to bankrupt me, I guess, right away. Yeah, basically my computer skills are going down. That's basically how this game works. Basically, like, you'll be undercut by your competitors, and then you have to, like, deal with it. So... let's see if I'm trying to find, like, what's going on here. So... that's nice. You can basically see, like, the preferences of what people want. He's probably got ease of use going on or something like that. There's like wealth areas of influence. Yeah, there's yellow. Basically, they're in all these countries over here. Countries I'm in. There's dominance basically going on. They're basically Chief and Ray is basically doing quite well, I guess. Well, whatever. Basically, it's a, you know, it doesn't have a tutorial yet, so I'm not exactly sure what exactly I'm doing here. But the basic idea is that you want basically, like, you know, establish like dominance in like the marketing area and stuff like that. Basically, become like, you know, a leading computer salesman, and try to survive until like your retirement. I don't know, but if your CEO dies in this game, then you basically lose, because your CEO dies, you're dead. And apparently I'm going negative now, so... well, I'm not doing too well now. But whatever. Get the idea what the game's all about, hopefully, at this point. It's probably not the greatest showcase, but I wanted to basically show off a little bit what this game's all about. And, Well, that's enough, I think. I know that this game is still in early access and pretty much is an alpha copy at this point, so a lot more work needs to be done on it, but it is what it is.